In 2023, a lawyer named Stephen Schwartz submitted a routine legal brief to a federal judge. It was packed with precedents: Verghese versus China Southern Airlines, Martinez versus Delta Airlines. 6 cases in total that perfectly supported his argument. There was just one problem. Those cases didn't exist. Not one of them. Schwartz hadn't tried to commit fraud. He'd simply asked ChatGPT for help. When the judge asked for copies of the decisions, ChatGPT generated those too, complete with fake citations and internal quotes. This wasn't a computer glitch in the traditional sense. It was the system performing exactly as it was designed to. Most of us treat large language models like a digital librarian. We assume they have a massive filing cabinet of facts, and occasionally, they just grab the wrong folder. But researchers argue this is a fundamental misunderstanding of the technology. An AI doesn't have a database of facts. It doesn't know anything. It is, instead, a world-class improv actor. It's a statistical engine built for one specific task, predicting the next piece of a word or a token in a sequence. It isn't trying to be right. It's trying to be plausible. Every time you prompt an AI, it runs a probability race. If you ask for the color of the sky, blue has a massive statistical lead. But green is still in the race. If you change the temperature setting in the model's backend, the variable that controls randomness, you can force the AI to pick the less likely path. This is the creativity dial. Turn it down, and the AI becomes a boring, repetitive parrot. Turn it up, and it starts to invent. This reveals a startling truth. A correct answer is just a hallucination that happens to align with reality. Sci-fi author Ted Chiang famously called ChatGPT a blurry JPEG of the web. Think about how a JPEG works. It saves space by throwing away fine detail and keeping the general patterns. If you compress it too much, you get artifacts, smudges that weren't in the original photo. Hallucinations are the digital artifacts of language. The AI has compressed the entire internet into a file small enough to run on a server. It remembers the shape of a legal brief or the cadence of a medical diagnosis, but the specific, hard facts? Those often get smoothed over in the compression. Wait, why would a multi-billion-dollar model tell you to eat glue? In 2024, Google's AI did exactly that. It wasn't because the AI was broken. It was because the AI found a decade-old joke on Reddit and, lacking any internal truth objective, it determined that glue was a statistically relevant response to the pizza query. This highlights the stochastic parrot problem. The model has no connection to the physical world. It doesn't know what glue is or what a stomach is. It only knows that in a certain corner of the internet, these words appeared together. Here is the nuance we often miss. We actually need AI to hallucinate. If an AI couldn't make things up, it couldn't write a poem about a toaster in the style of Sylvia Plath. It couldn't brainstorm 50 names for a new coffee shop. Creativity is, by definition, the ability to generate something that doesn't already exist. The mechanism that allows an AI to be brilliant is the exact same mechanism that makes it wrong. They are two sides of the same coin. We call it originality when we like the output and hallucination when we don't. To understand how these ideas live inside a model, researchers at Anthropic recently created Golden Gate Claude. They isolated the specific mathematical pattern representing the Golden Gate Bridge and cranked it to the max. When asked what to do with $10, it suggested buying a bridge souvenir. This proves that an AI's reality is just a collection of features. If a feature, like a fake legal case, is strong enough in its internal map, that feature will override the truth every single time. So, can we ever trust AI? The industry is shifting. Instead of trying to bake truth into the model's memory, which we've seen is blurry, engineers are using something called RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. Think of it as giving the improv actor a script and a fact-checker. The model is forced to look at a specific, external document before it speaks. It moves the truth outside of the model's weights. But even then, there is a risk. As long as the core engine is a prediction machine, the ghost of a hallucination will always haunt the machine. The goal isn't to fix AI hallucinations, it's to change how we see them. AI is not an encyclopedia. It is an engine of possibility. When it tells you something true, it's a statistical triumph. When it tells you something false, it's simply being itself. Moving forward, The most important AI skill won't be writing the perfect prompt. It will be maintaining a sophisticated skepticism. Because in the world of generative tech, the lie isn't the bug. It's the product.